Hey, IDS 301. Welcome to spring 2021. Um, it is Sunday, January 10th, 9:17 a.m. Just to let you know, I do these things kind of live. I never recycle old videos because a lot goes on and we're always trying to evolve. Anyways, welcome. Wow, what a great start we have to this session, right? Democracy held. What are you going to do? Okay, let's see. So, um, let me see how I explain this. Okay, so welcome. All right. So these videos I put out two a week. I decided to do two a week. Um, you can watch them, and then during the video, I will typically give, hey, Easter egg number one is blank. And then sort of in the middle, I might say Easter egg number two is blank. And then at the end, I'll probably say Easter egg number three is blank. Sometimes I forget, but I do record them. Your job then is to send me the Easter eggs to get 5 points. Really not difficult, not a whole lot of points, but twice a module for 7 modules. So that's an extra 70 points, which is a pretty good deal. Not to mention the little secrets or the lessons that can be learned because I feel much better about talking about certain things than other things. There's so much to do in this first video. I'm trying to really stay organized, but um, let's just generally say that every class can't be everything to everybody. Okay, so there are people who are going to totally get into this format that we use for this course. Some are going to say, no, it's not for me. I understand. Um, I always appreciate feedback. Feedback can come in many ways. I prefer it during the class. It really helps me. I know someone gave me some feedback early in fall, and I was so happy she didn't wait till the end of the class to kind of put it anonymously in the evaluation because it really helped me steer the course a little better for what worked. Because any instructor, lecturer, professor, what have you, um, must evolve their course. Otherwise, they're just, it can't be just a static, immobile thing. You've got to keep improving it, right? So many things are going on. I mean, just look at what's different in the world right now than it was, 6 months ago, a year ago. Okay. I mean, I think my theme for fall A was despondent. I mean, 2020 was horrible. I had people die in my family, like my mother and uncle, and um, it was horrible. Session B, my my theme was probably bitterness. So unfortunately, those things kind of showed up in the class. We're all human. I mean, I got great evaluations. Don't get me wrong. I love doing this. I think I rallied. When the going gets tough, tough get going. But we're all human. So I'd like you to, share with me any issues you might have in a course like this. It's online, it's at your own pace reasonably, but there are due dates. Okay, there have to be. Let me just talk about due dates real quick. Um, Due dates are like bam, 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 bam. It's not everything is on Sunday, everything is on a Thursday. Why do we do it that way? Why does he have to do it that way? Well, because there is a sequence, a consecutive thought process and the nature of the lessons. To have them all do at the end of a module, like bam, is like akin to what George Carlin used to say about Mother Nature made time so that everything doesn't happen at once. Um, it's similar here. I don't want everything, all these things happen. You do an assignment here, there. There's an order to it. Okay. I'll just jump around here, I guess, but the due dates are only flexible from my end pretty much if I detect that we could use some more time and maybe I could have spaced it out better. I will move them farther out. I will not never pull them closer, okay? And I will always communicate that with you. That irritates some people too. Some people think, why is he giving us more time? That really irritates me. I don't know why that would be, but okay. There's 5 days that you get 10% off per day until after 5 days it shuts off. Obviously, there's always extenuating circumstances, always, it seems. So you just let me know, and we'll discuss what type of penalty, if any, will ensue. I'm not here to be punitive. I'm here so that you can have a great understanding, foundation of what the heck interdisciplinary studies is, and I will be getting to that. I also teach 302, and many of my students go from 301 to 302 because it's the same textbook, which you have to have or you won't pass, okay? So if you wait until the last second to order it and decide it's not coming for 2 weeks, it's going to be trouble. Anyways, okay, mature adults, you know that. All right. Hey, all right, let's talk about me right now. My name is Michael Fair. It's pronounced Fair, and Feyrer. It's not Fryer. It's not Fire. It's Fair. Boy, can you sense a pet peeve there? Yeah, I guess so. Um, I'm one of the oddballs in the department. I have an extensive career doing everything, literally. You know, back in the day, I avoided hat hair for like my entire life. And then all of a sudden we got mask beard. I can't even deal with this. Okay, so I've got an extensive list of jobs that I've held. I think it's pushing 30 some. Okay. Uh, what I like to think is I can relate to my students, each one of you, somehow. And I'll tell you how. And you can kind of pick out what it means. Anyways, I worked a lot, and then I uh, got in, I, okay, I worked in management, sales, farming. I'm a technology sales, $5 million a year revenue, President's Club for the company. Worked in newspapers. I've been a writer, reporter. I've been a paid photographer, paid artist. I flew to Ghana in West Africa with Stevie Wonder, if you remember who that is, in 2007 for their 50th Independence Day to do some freelance photojournalism. I've worked with Bono and U2. Their one.org for the 360 tour in Phoenix, and I don't even know, 2009. I can't remember when that was. Worked for uh, 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 Amnesty International as a photographer. All that's here, though. I'm not going to pump that up, say it's some exotic. I've been on some exotic adventures, but so I've been a paid artist, paid writer, been in law enforcement. I was a sergeant in Milwaukee County before I moved here to Phoenix, where I started working for Sheriff Joe in Tent City Jail here. So law enforcement, like I said, paid artist, paid writer, been sales manager, salesman, salesperson, technology. Um, I've innovated for newspaper circulation when things were changing back in the day. I My tech job was doing really well. Okay, about 2006, 7, 8, whatever. In 2010, um, I had the effects of the collapse, economic, whatever they call it, depression, whatever, hit me in 2010, and I lost a huge chunk of income. Thought, what the hell am I going to do now? So at 52 years old, I decided to go to college. I went to Mesa Community College, and I took an art history course and a cultural studies course because I was doing my art, my photography. I was selling my work at festivals and things, and decided to do that and see what was going on. The best idea was the fact that I could defer the student loan I had from years and years ago from my ex-wife, which was that whole other story, right? Okay, so I transferred to ASU, and by the way, if you want to go back to my high school, my GPA in high school was point 0.8. That's what it was. It was less than a D, and I graduated somehow. Okay, so fast forward decades. I go to ASU. I see this interdisciplinary studies. I guess it's pretty cool. So I took it. And frankly, when you're 52 years old and have a lifetime of experience, it's really not a fair fight when it comes to thinking about things to write about, to reference when you're doing what I was doing. And my concentrations were African American studies and human rights. Very relatable topics, and I enjoyed it considerably. And even though I still kept doing my tech job, it was fun. Oh, by the way, also a single parent. Okay, I've been raising my sons myself since 2006. So some of you, whether you're mature students, single parents, up against these things. I mean, my sons now are, my oldest is 29, graduated from ASU Cronkite, and my youngest, who's still sleeping, of course, because it's only 9:30, is at Barrett Honors College. He's crushing it with about a 4.1. I have no idea how he did it. I don't touch it. He don't let me see his stuff. He's a history major. So considering the majors that me and my sons took, let's just say they're not like your strong income history. My eldest was journalism, and I'm interdisciplinary studies. But anyways, I graduated at 3.98 because one of my first classes really stuck me. And I was named the Graduate of the Year in the College of Letters and Sciences, where we used to be. And I was also the Academic of the Year, get the Leonard Bullen Johnson Award for African American Studies academics. I was really proud of those two things. I got accepted to Howard University in Washington, D.C. to graduate school for African Studies. I went there, pulled my youngest out of eighth grade at the time, went there, didn't even get to the school because I had, being a single dad, my other son was here. I just kind of chickened out, I guess. It was the right place, the wrong time. So I ended up working my way back and took interdisciplinary studies as a master's degree at West Campus, where I graduated 4.0. And my mentor, Dr. Prisdia, Michael Prisdia, who you might know, some of you might know, he's still obviously in the program. He was my mentor, now my colleague and friend. He said, "Hey, you should teach. You got a great experience." I said, "You kidding me?" So he got me, he didn't get me, but I applied to be an adjunct. And then a year later, I got hired full time. These first videos are typically long, but I want to give you some idea where I'm coming from here. So you know that we're all different in academics. There's, the scholars, research scholars. So I have a master's degree in interdisciplinary studies. I do not have a PhD. I'm not Dr. Fair. As much as I'd like to be, I'm going to be 63 years old in a few months. And frankly, I like living my life more than I like to go crazy with the research and papers and all that stuff. So I'm in a very happy place right now. I can teach or instruct. I can help. I can offer my services to new generations coming up, and I can still travel. Which, by the way, going back then to 2018, when my son graduated from high school, he went to Europe for a summer, traveled through Europe, came back. He went to college and lived in the dorms. I got my dream Jeep Rubicon, and I became a digital nomad. I was already teaching across Europe, things summer school, but I was a digital nomad in the U.S., and I loved it, and I was everywhere and doing everything, and life was so good. And then this damn pandemic hit and changed my life dramatically. I didn't have a place to live. My stuff was in storage, so I had to pull it out and have an apartment. I'm in Ahwatukee in the Phoenix area. Changed my life, really made it depressing. I usually go to Wisconsin every year, Milwaukee, to go to the festival, see my friends, my family. That's where I'm from. Couldn't do it this summer, except for, my mom's funeral and stuff. But it was, so it's been a rough year. I want to get back on the road. I want to get my vaccine. So let's do Easter egg number one. God, that was a long time. Huh? I don't think I've ever been almost 14 minutes in. Easter egg number one is don't stress. Don't stress this course, okay? Don't stress 302. Don't stress 301. All right? Especially if you take them with me. If you take them with somebody else, maybe you got to stress. I don't know, okay? But keep me apprised of what's going on, and we'll go from there. And this is driving me crazy, right? You can just tell. God bless America. All right, so let's talk about, okay, so my last trip. Hey, excuse me one quick second. My last trip I went on before the pandemic hit was up the Pacific Coast Highway, and I ended up in Monterey, and up through Big Sur and stuff, and I loved it. It was gorgeous. It was February last year. So when I came back because of this new lifestyle, I was inspired. And come here. Come here, big guy. Oh, Jesus, Mary Joseph, you a freaking ton. Okay, I should have just pointed a camera. This is my puppy. Okay, he's a monster. Um, his name is Big Sur. He's got the biggest paws in the world, I think. Okay, boy, go away now. And anyways, that's been my emotional support animal, and efficiently. So I'm also a pet lover now. In case you've wow, he needs to get back in shape. Okay, so let's talk about the objectives of IDS 301. It's a foundational course because many of you are saying, "What the hell is interdisciplinary studies?" I took it because I could take two of my fun things I want to take. I don't know what this is. Okay, we're going to go over that in the next video. I'm not going to do all that now. I would like you to look at the syllabus, of course, get the textbook, um, take, let me go back, let me go to the class right now because the important things in module one, got to sign the academic agreement to even get going on this class, okay? Take the syllabus quiz, all right? Now, myself and Dr. Prisdia, who I mentioned before, designed this course a year ago. We just first implemented it in January of 2020. So a lot of it was his writing and that, and I changed a lot of it. I'm more of a verbal guy. He was more of a writing guy. He doesn't do videos, so it's kind of a melding of that. But there are things in there that I'll go over. Module one looks like a lot, but there are things you just need to review, okay? And then there's some assignments at the end with the introduction. And then we'll talk about Tanner IDS model. So let's just go right to Easter egg number 2. I'm going to talk about this a lot. Easter egg number 2 is IDS equals integration. IDS equals integration. Okay, so we're going to learn, about intradisciplinary, which is just a single discipline. Okay, I study engineering. Engineering, it's a silo of knowledge. You'll learn about that. Okay, and then there's multidisciplinary. Well, I study engineering, but I also study biology. So there they are. Those are my two things. Maybe I got a major, minor, maybe I got a double major, but that's multidisciplinary. Then we have cross-disciplinary. Okay, that's kind of like two things, but picture looking at music through a lens of mathematics. Musicians and most of us realize that a lot of music is based in math, right? So we see all these like communicate with aliens through music and stuff. I don't know. But then interdisciplinary, there's a we come in. What are we? What's the difference? It's two things, at least two. It could be more than two. The difference is integration. We endeavor to integrate. Okay, we don't integrate to have two separate things, and we'll talk a lot more about this, and you'll learn about this. And then beyond that is transdisciplinary. Trans means go beyond, and that goes beyond the disciplines. We'll get into that. But I want to say for Easter egg number 2, IDS equals integration is like my mantra for these courses. Okay, and any time that you use integration in your work, an angel gets its wings. No, it's very good because I know you're paying attention, right? Okay, so let's talk about go through these things. I'll go through module 1 much more specific in the next video, which I will put out on the 14th. I believe that's when I'm going to schedule to do it. Hey, I want to thank you for most people usually start bugging me by now on Sunday morning. Hey, I can't find the video. Where's the video? What's going on, man? I'm freaking out. And then the semester starts on Monday, right? It's kind of funny, but I appreciate the enthusiasm. Really, I really do. I hope you find me enthusiastic. I'm available. Send me emails. Do not cold text me. Do not cold call me. We will set up calls. We can set up a Zoom. We can do a lot of different stuff. We take advantage of the tools we have, but keep it simple. And, anytime you have questions, you let me know. You don't spin your wheels. It's a 7.5-week course. There's no time to spin your wheels. Just let me know. You're going to find that I am the fastest at replying that you've ever had. You'll even be kind of freaky, like, I just sent that. How did he reply so fast? I know it's creepy, but I'm a creepy old guy with not much of a life right now. So I got to walk the dog now. So I do reply quickly. I don't want you to have to sit and wait, 24 hours. I want you to get your answer and get going. All right. So we're just about at 20 minutes. I think that'll work. You didn't get punished too bad. Easter egg number 3 has to do with this right here. All right. Easter egg number 3 is forks up. All right. You're part of the ASU culture. We're glad to have you. So take care of yourself. Welcome to the class. Talk to you soon. Peace.